Okay, for number 5 it says, Mark drove to a meeting at 60 miles per hour. So we have Mark, and he drove to a meeting. He's going 60 miles per hour. Okay. Returning over the same route, he encountered heavy traffic and drove at only 40 miles per hour. So this was his rate going, and then his rate back was 40 miles per hour.
Notes.
Okay. Now, if the return trip took 1 hour longer, how many miles did Mark drive each way? So this trip took 1 hour longer than this trip. Okay? So this trip, we need to figure out how. Good, you're taking notes. Okay, go back and take notes. Sorry, I have an eager person taking notes for their SAT grid. So anyway, we know that there's a formula called distance equals rate times time. So right now we know the distance is x. We know the rate is, so I'm going to do d rate time. We know the rate is 60 for the first, the rate is 40 for the second. We know the time that it took was x here, and this was x plus 1. So we want to find the distance, okay? So we don't know the distance. If I do rate times time, I have 60x, and I have 40x plus 1, right? So I have 40x plus 40, and this equals distance equals distance. So therefore, the time is x, but then the distance is going to give me 60x. So I'm going to put 60x here, and here I'm going to put 40x plus 40. Okay, so now, based on that, we have to figure out what x could be. So I'm going to put it all together, 60x plus 40x plus 40. And we want to solve for x. So I have 100x, equals minus 40x, and the reason that I changed it to equals is because they said this is going, this is coming back. So he drove the same distance there and back, but the time was changed. So I'm going to subtract 40x and subtract 40x, leaving me with 20x is equal to 40. Divide 20, divide 20, 4 and 2, x is equal to 2. So that means 2 is the time, and 2 would be what I put back in for distance. So 60x is equal to 60 times 2, which is 120 is the distance there and back. But the thing is, if you want to check, you could say 40 times 2 plus 40. Well, this is 80, 120. So now you know that you got the distance the same both ways. So then when his question is, how many miles did he drive each way? 120 miles.